Every day, people wake up carrying an invisible weight. They push through heavy emotional burdens, fight off dark, melancholic thoughts, and face the sheer exhaustion of just trying to survive. Much of this exhaustion comes from the past. When someone you trust betrays you, those lies inflict deep psychological wounds. They annihilate hope and extinguish the natural desire to live. We often try to fix this deep spiritual longing with standard, worldly solutions, but looking outward for an internal fix only leads to deeper confusion and a heavy, unexplained sense of defeat. The source text offers a different approach. It presents a divine promise, a guarantee of protection, serenity, and the complete removal of those burdens. Look at this model. Accessing this state of peace isn't about shifting the external world. It requires the systematic application of a 3-step internal framework designed to categorize and then dissolve anxiety. The first step in this framework is complete surrender. The text mandates giving your heart entirely to the divine will, without reservations or hidden fears. This structural model illustrates the mechanical instability of partial surrender. When faith is applied only during convenience, the base lacks integrity. This selective faith creates extreme volatility, tossing the individual with every incoming wave, oscillating between intense highs and devastating lows. True surrender operates on completely different mechanics. It requires trusting in the timing of the divine plan and actively resisting the urge to react impulsively to situations fueled by raw emotion. By abandoning the illusion of personal control, a believer creates a solid anchor for their mind. This makes them resilient against the external storms of life. With the foundation set, the framework moves to its second pillar, radical gratitude. This requires intense, deliberate thanksgiving, practiced even when the soul is actively suffering. According to the text, gratitude functions as a tool for perspective. It actively removes the psychological blindfold that clouds your vision during a crisis, rolling back the fog to expose what is actually there. The scope of this requirement is extreme. Viewers are instructed to express thanks for obvious blessings, but also for their past failures, their bitter trials, and the ability to draw breath. This comprehensive level of gratitude completely reframes the past. What previously felt like random, cruel punishment is suddenly revealed as deliberate wisdom and necessary growth. As this node map demonstrates, gratitude is far from a passive emotion. It acts as a powerful analytical lens, revealing hidden bridges and new routes that panic and despair had previously obscured. The third and final pillar is an active mandate called sharing the light. The believer is instructed to take this message of divine love and intentionally spread it. This step addresses a hidden reality in modern society. Many individuals who appear perfectly content and successful on the outside are secretly teetering on the edge of complete despair. When a believer shares this specific message, it acts as a dual-action spiritual catalyst. The simple act of speaking the truth simultaneously transforms both the speaker and the person listening. According to the text, this outward flow triggers a comprehensive stabilization. By orienting one's focus on the needs of others, the individual experiences a harmony that reaches into their most stressful personal and material concerns. The text does issue a clear warning. Taking this public action will almost certainly invite mockery. Yet it clarifies that this ridicule is just a defense mechanism, masking an intense internal ache for the very truth being shared. Look at how this network forms. Securing personal peace ultimately requires turning it into an outward-flowing current. This action creates a self-sustaining network of strength that pushes back the darkness. Mastering these pillars creates a shift in identity. The individual is no longer a victim of their surroundings, but is instead described as a sharp spearhead, a focused force capable of cutting through the resistance that once felt insurmountable. The text suggests that this internal alignment begins to dictate external outcomes. As the believer's timing and integrity synchronize with the divine plan, the obstacles that once seemed permanent, those mountains of conflict, begin to lose their structural hold on the person's life. Every painful experience, every tear, and every past failure has now been weaponized into the strength and determination required for the present moment. The text closes with a final, direct command: rise up. Ignore the mockers who are already headed for defeat. Walk forward with absolute determination and refuse to surrender when triumph is literally at hand. By adopting this structural covenant of surrender, gratitude, and sharing, the recurring cycle of despair is replaced. The outcome isn't just a temporary reprieve, but a state of persistent resilience, described as a final, secured victory.